Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and I'm Verbito. This channel I'll be mostly posting on major things that are going on throughout the world, and I will be giving my perspective on whatever is happening, because there's a lot happening right now. So I'll start with, do you guys realize what the LGBTQ movement is actually promoting? I was scrolling through Instagram when I saw this video of the Pride March, that is, and I was really shocked of what I saw. They were literally marching with Satanist banners. Right? There are a lot of Satanists there marching with them as well. So I was like, isn't this movement about love and unity? We know Satan doesn't promote that, right? But it's funny because in the beginning they started with gays should have the right to be married. We had no problem with that because that's your choice. If you want to do that, right? But keep it private, don't enforce it on people. Then you had lesbians, right? And then it started to take a turn with the transgenders. That's where I drew the line, because I'm like, yes, you can have sex with the same sex if you want to do that, even though I believe that's wrong. Well, that's your decision. You'll face the consequences. But when you're gonna go to the point where you're saying that you have the right to be the opposite sex, and we should respect that right, that's it right there for me. That's where I draw the line.
Now, to repeat a warning before the break, I'm about to show some video that some parents might think is a bit out there, too much for young children. I am very much for tolerance, let he is without sin cast the first stone and all that. But Pride Month, a whole month now, apparently just even a week is just not long enough. A whole month about celebrating every sexual preference except being straight. Except it doesn't actually seem to be so much about tolerance for a number of the people doing the marching and the floats and all this. Certainly the case when you look at some of the floats on the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras, particularly now at the parades in places like Los Angeles and Washington. It strikes me this is more about, not so much about making children accept transsexuals and gays and drag queens and so on, which would be good, being tolerant. This is also about accepting the most demeaning sexual behaviours, whippings and all that kind of stuff, a perversion really of affection. And it's about flaunting an aggressive sexuality without any moderation or any consideration or any sense of time and place, dignity, no sense of propriety, or even a mutual love. I mean, this is promoting instead a really highly sexualized world, and say the same whether they were gay, bi, or straight, in which American schools and libraries even invite drag queens to educate children.
You have them promoting that in schools as well, with drag queens, dancing in front of children. Exposing children to like sexual immorality while they're laughing, while the parents stay there and watch. their children being indoctrinated. It even went to a point where in, I think it was 2020, they were saying out of their own mouth, right? You had this choir filled with a lot of LGBTQ people. They were singing that they are coming for our children. Like, they were threatening us that they're gonna indoctrinate our children.
Now, you know, guys, I love a bit of music and I'm always one for a sing-along, but this particular song was released last week by the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir. Their song deals with, well, it comes straight out and says its intentions for the gay community in San Francisco, the male gay community, towards children. Have a listen.
Think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. We're coming for them.
So this video caused an uproar in America. The San Francisco Gay Men's Choir have said, wait for it, they were only joking.
We gave them an inch, they took a mile. They're literally taking over. So they also replaced the Canadian flag with this. And they're trying to do the same with the United States flag. Utter disrespect. Right, utter disrespect. And we're just sitting back and allowing that. Guys, we need to stand up. Right? We need to start speaking out. Because it's one thing to have a belief, but it's the next to put a knife at someone's throat and saying that you have to believe this. And that's what they're doing to our children. And that's what they're telling us, that they're doing that. And promoting Satanism while you're doing that, like, that's a sign. That's a sign right there that what you're doing isn't good. That what you're doing isn't good. As I said, I have a lot more to tell you. Alright, guys? So, shalom and take care.